Welcome to the International English Language Testing System taking place on Thursday, the 28th of September 2023. The candidate is Rukaya Tasnim. The candidate number is S120222106. And the examiner is Radia Khan Takti. The examiner number is S120222005. Good evening.
Good evening.
How have you been?
I've been doing well.
That's great. Can I see your identification card, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your full name, please?
My full name is Rukaya Dasni.
And what should I call you?
Please call me Rukaya.
Okay, Rukaya, where are you from?
I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Are you a student or do you work?
Well, now I'm currently a student and I'm a student of class 7 at Manipur High School and College.
Okay, what's your favorite color?
My favorite colors are black, white and blue.
Alright, and what is your favorite food?
Actually, my favorite food is biryani and pizza.
How do you usually pass your leisure time?
Well, I don't really usually get too much time to pass my leisure time, but when I get it, I usually pass it by drawing, making videos for my YouTube channel, and that's it.
Okay, so let's move on the speaking test. The speaking test has divided into 3 parts. In the first part of the speaking test, I'm going to ask you some questions about newspapers and magazines. Which magazines and newspapers do you read?
Well, I don't really read newspaper too much, but when I get the chance to read, I read the Daily Star newspaper because I really like these. The articles are really fun, and I really like it too much. So I really like to read the Daily Star newspaper.
Well, what kinds of article are you most interested in?
Actually, I'm interested in something about people who have done too much things or who have done much things for people like this. I really into those articles, so I think that it is the thing I like.
Okay. Have you ever read a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language?
Well, I think I mentioned that I read the Daily Star newspaper, but I'm a big Bengali. But that's why I said that I read the Daily Star newspaper. It is in English. That's the foreign language. But sometimes I also read my own language. So that's.
Do you think reading a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language is a good way to learn the language?
Well, yeah, I obviously think that because I already mentioned that I read the Daily Star newspaper and it is in English language, and for me it is really helpful for me because I could develop my English skills. I can develop some words, vocabularies, and that's why I think that is really useful and developing thing for me.
That's the end of part 1. Now let's move on part 2. In this part, I'm going to give you a topic and you have to talk on that topic for 2 minutes. Before you talk, you have 1 minute to think what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. So here is your topic and here is a pencil and a paper.
Thank you.
Your 1 minute time starts now. So your 1 minute time is over. You will start now.
Okay, so as the topic says, I'm gonna describe a restaurant that I really enjoyed. So now I'm gonna start it. So when I was like in grade 5, and it was 2022. It was December month, and I went there. Not only me, but also everyone, because I don't really like travel with only me, but also like with others, as not only my family, but also my cousins or any friends with me. And because of it, I went to a terrace restaurant, which, because it is newly made, and I thought that it will be really an experience for me to go there, because I didn't even go went to any terrace restaurant, and I really wanted to go to it. And when I went, it was night, and the decoration was really really beautiful and gorgeous. I really liked that. I took so many pictures there, and then seeing my cousins are there with me, and I really enjoyed it, because they're my favorite cousin with me, and we talked about so many things about music, any person like this. So then, at first, when our dishes came, I really like this dishes, because it is the Chinese foods, such as fried chicken, fried rice, and those foods, and I really love those foods. If I go to any restaurant, I love Chinese food and like to eat that. And when I eat that, the food was really so magical, beautiful, tasty, so amazing. I really love that. I also took pictures of the food, because it was really beautifully decorated, and I really liked those. And we also played there a lot, because there were swing, um, swing, and a lot of trees there for the decorations, and we took pictures on there. So I really love this restaurant too much because of these things.
Okay, that's the end of part 2. Now let's move to part 3. In this part, I'm going to ask you some questions about restaurants. Why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something?
Well, I think that people likes to go to restaurant because we eat the same food every day by our mother or any person we cook or anything. But sometimes we wanted to eat something outside, because not we eat every day in our life. We eat every day in our home, and it is really used to us. So I think that when people should go to restaurants sometime, but sometimes when mothers don't prepare, we go to restaurants. And sometimes when people like to eat some special foods like fast foods and fast food Chinese foods or any foreign food, they would like to go to the restaurants. So I think that's why people go to restaurants.
Okay. Which are more popular in your country, fast food restaurants or traditional restaurants?
Well,
Why do you think that is?
Well, I do think that traditional restaurants are more popular in our country, because in our country, we like to eat khichdi, biryani, those things, and I do think that traditional restaurants are more popular in our country, because we Bengalis don't like to eat foreign foods too much, because we are used to eat in our home. We always eat our traditional foods like rice, ilishmas, rice and vegetables more. So I do think that we Bengalis like to eat traditional foods more than the foreign restaurants.
Okay. Some people say that food in an expensive restaurant is always better than food in a cheap restaurant. Would you agree?
Well, no, because we are used to eat the traditional foods in our country, and I do think that the expensive foods which are from the fancy restaurants, it is like quality over it's like the quality over quantity, because they don't give too much food, but the decoration are too much, which cannot fill your stomach. So I think that not all time expensive foods are always that good, because in our country we like to eat we don't eat too much food, but sometimes if they want to eat the expensive food such as the fast foods, they can, but I don't think, because it is not healthy for your health also. So I think that it's not only healthy, but also not good to eat expensive food or any fast food.
Well, now I'm going to ask you some questions about producing food. Do you think there will be a greater choice of food available in shops in the future, or will there be less choice?
Of course, I think that there will be a lot of foods, a lot of producing foods in the future because now technology can make everything. So there are many shops in this world. So they are giving new and new things, more updated things. So I think that in the future there will be anything. Think we had imagined that there will be a lot of things in the future. So I think that in of making food in the future there will be such a great thing.
What effects has modern technology had on the way food is produced?
There are a lot of things that can there are a lot of technology nowadays to produce the foods. They are given in within 1 minute to make it. They are given in 1 minute to make it, and that doesn't take a lot of time to it, and that also go to any shop, so we can get it in any time. And the foods are making it made in one company, and the company can make a lot of things which can go to any places, so we can find things to any places. And if I talk about super shops, there are a lot of things in there, and where they came from are from a particular place, and in that place there are a lot of technology which they make so many things, and they give they to the supermarket, so we can find anytime the items of there.
How important is it for a country to be able to grow all the food it needs without importing any from other countries?
Well, I truly think for this we need the help. We need the help of us. We need the help of government because if we don't, because nowadays we can see that the trees, the environment nowadays is just destroying because of us. We dirty anything of we dirty the roads, the environment. So I think that if we don't do this, or also I think that because of this it ruins the environment, and it cannot get the too much place to grow where the crops should be. And because of this I think that we have to be more developing, and we have to be more developed. So I think that it helps to be asked to ask to um, write the situation. So I think that's it.
Okay, that's the end of part 3. With this, that's the end of your speaking test. Thank you very much for taking this test.